last 24 hours made a UK election more likely? We certainly know that Boris Johnson has his eye on one.
Yeah, thanks, Naira. It does seem as if we are heading towards an election. It does just depend on when, doesn't it? I mean, there's a question as to whether Boris Johnson decides to push for a general election now, and he threatened to do so earlier yesterday, didn't he? Or whether he waits and whether he tries to, once again, to work on a new timetable to get his withdrawal agreement through Parliament. Jeremy Corbyn offered to work with him on that. You can see why he might decide to go for a general election. He is ahead in the polls, but, of course, health warning there. The polls have been very wrong in the past. He might be able to craft what he thinks is a strong pitch, sort of Boris Johnson against Parliament. He's got a deal in the bag, hasn't he? It's just that Parliament won't let it get him through. Could be the narrative that he would decide to run with. We understand at Bloomberg News also that the Labour Party, crucially, would be OK with going for a general election now, which has been the problem in the past when they feared that a no deal might be around the corner. But either way, he's going to need some sort of delay, isn't he now? Because leaving on October the 31st does now seem incredibly unlikely. That is only 8 days away. And as you were hearing from Maria, we just wait for the EU side and those conversations between Boris Johnson and the EU to work out the length of that delay, and that could have an impact.
Anna, just briefly, given what we heard from the votes in the past 24 hours as well, how does the rest of the week look in terms of the third reading? I know that one MP came out and said, look, our votes aren't necessarily guaranteed for that, even though we voted in favour of the deal in the second reading.
Well, the withdrawal bill is now on hold, so it moves no further forward, and we do not get scrutiny, and we do not make any progress, and we do not have further readings as it stands at the moment. Of course, it could be taken off hold at any point, and a new timetable could try to be crafted, and they could try to get that through Naira, and then we would test, as you say, the support of those 19 Labour MPs who backed the deal last night, some of whom might have backed it, well, some of whom definitely backed it because they want Brexit, and they're quite happy with that. Others of whom backed it because they want further scrutiny and they might want to change the Brexit deal. Where that would lead us is a whole other open question. But some of them, yes, back it in its entirety, and others want to take it through to further scrutiny just so they can make changes to it.